Hey, what's up? Ryan Kohler here from Refer.io and Refer.io, and I'm crazy excited. This is launch night of our new HR recruitment marketing buddy extension. It's really hard to explain what it is, but let's see if we can unpack it from the very highest level. ChatGPT or generative AI is one of the biggest and most important things that has come out in the last, say, 10 years, specifically when it comes to hiring. And what that means is, as an HR individual, if you want to get the value of it, or as a business owner, or as a manager, or anybody who has anything to do with hiring, talent acquisition, recruiting, and wants to get the most out of it, you've got to embrace ChatGPT. And specifically means you need to become a prompt engineer. You need to go from normal hiring person to somebody who understands recruitment marketing, and then take that to the next level and say, and somebody who understands how to be a prompt engineer using recruitment marketing. That's effectively kind of the progression that needs to happen. And so because of that, I've been going around, I've taught thousands of people about ChatGPT, and I'm going to guess that a small sliver, like 10%, are actually using it today. It wasn't that I didn't show them how powerful it was. It wasn't that I didn't show them step-by-step how to do it. It wasn't that I didn't show them examples. It's just that the adoption curve is very steep because, once again, to get real value out of it, you've got to become a prompt engineer. So what Refer Buddy is a Chrome extension that acts as your prompt engineering buddy specifically for recruitment marketing and hiring. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So imagine you're just like everybody else. You've got an applicant tracking system. You're logged into, say, Applicant Pro here. You come in and you say, I need to create a job ad, right? And normally there may not be a template, or you're creating a brand new template, and instantly I'm faced with a bunch of questions. And it's going to lead me to probably copy and paste in a job description into this box instead of writing a really good ad. So instead, I want to show you we could use generative AI to do something really powerful at this point. I simply pop open the threader, and I could come in here and say, well, I'm hiring for, I want help as a recruitment marketing expert or as a recruitment marketing job ad writer. I need to write an ad about this job that I'm going to post. Say I'm going to post it for, Frazzle. And I want to do something to start documenting out this job. It might be I want to create a formal job description. I'm going to borrow somebody else's, and I'm going to have it switch it into or rewrite it for my company. And so maybe that's what I want to do. I could say we have a professional tone of voice. And at this point, I've now said I want to create a formal job description for a given job. And right here, I could put the job title is, right? And paste in, or here is a job description template for this job. So imagine if I wanted to create this for a given job, and the job I want to create it for is billing. Let's see, I've got one here that Applicant Pro is hiring for. Let's go with product marketing specialist, just as a good example here. And so I basically am saying, here's a job description for product marketing specialist. Can you rewrite it for us, right? So I could go out here to Indeed and go find a product marketing specialist job in Utah. Find a different one that has just an ugly, maybe I want to put B2B in here, or SaaS, to find a job that really is similar. So here's, SaaS marketing director. Let's assume that this is the job description I'm going to use. And so I'm just going to go ahead and borrow this from somebody else, right? Borrow the template. And so I come back in here to Refer Buddy and say, here is the template that's in here, and press generate. Now what it's going to do is it's effectively being your prompt engineer in that instance. It's acting as you to create the entire engineered thread. I just copy the thread, click on ChatGPT or Bard or Claude, whichever one you're using. I'm using ChatGPT, and just paste the entire thing in there. And it's going to rewrite this job description for Frazzle, right? Or for something else. So each of these areas, as I'm looking at a job, I'm able to take and do. Now I might say, make it shorter, make it longer, change the tone of voice of it, Or again, I can go back and just continue to create the information I need to write a job ad. So let me just show you what it looks like if we were writing a job ad. I might come in here and choose a job writer, and let's go with Frazzle, and we're going to create a engaging job ad. I want it to be friendly and conversational. Or maybe I want it to be bold and innovative. That's my tone of voice. I could change my default to this. I go ahead and say, do I have that job that I want it written for? In this instance, I copy and paste a job description for a customer success product manager. I can just go ahead and hit generate, right? Once again, copy the thread, open it up in ChatGPT, paste it in. I can run it on 4 or 3.5, but now it's going to actually write an entire job ad based off of their job description and their company information and culture information, all that kind of stuff. So everything that I would need to do, I can do it with this threader. So for instance, I just wrote that job ad. I could come in here and say, I work for Frazzle, and I want to create an interview, right? I need to interview candidates for this job. Maybe I want to create job like sorting questions and ranking questions in the ATS, or screening interview questions that I'd put in a video interview platform, or selection, you name it. I could choose whatever kind of questions I want. I'm going to create screen or ranking. I can put in, once again, bold and innovative. Now I could save this so that it keeps it always the same. You can see mine is casual and misspelled. And so here I'm basically saying, hey, I want you to be a candidate interview expert for this company with their entire backstory information about their culture, values, all that stuff that I loaded in by simply just creating a backstory and saving it, right? I want sorting and ranking questions for their ATS, bold and innovative, for this specific job, hit generate. And each time it basically just creates for me the thread that I need to throw into ChatGPT. Now in this instance, it just took their job ad and job description for this customer success role, and it's writing the knockout questions for this job. So just think about that from that instance of, hey, I wrote the job ad, I created the screening questions just now. I could use this same thing, choosing, once again, I want to be a candidate interviewing expert. I could have it write a behavioral interview question. I could have it write a competency-based question. I could have it write any of those things. The really cool thing that I can do is I can come to this candidate review guide, and I can actually feed into it information from those interviews. So in this instance, let's imagine that we want a review guide, and we're going to take for this job, but we're going to say, here is the audio transcript of Tanya Long, who applied for this position. So imagine I'm using Wedge, and I'm in here looking at an individual. Let me just go and see if I can fill that out. I actually can download in the near future a transcript. So I've got a transcript of an entire Wedge interview here, and I'm just going to paste it in, click generate, copy the thread, open it up in ChatGPT, and drop it in. And this is basically going to give me a candidate interview recap based off of this individual applying for this job. I could also have added their resume into it. I can use, again, going back to this when I'm looking at the job, pretty straightforward. It wrote me some job ads, created me screening questions, super easy, right? But when I'm actually in here looking at, say, candidates, and I want to create a list of interview questions, or actually viewing a candidate in here and saying, look, here's this individual, can I download their resume and copy and paste it into ChatGPT and have it tell me what questions to ask? Or can I look at their Wedge and go to the results and download the transcript and tell it to use that to give me feedback, right? And so just super, super cool as far as what else it can do. I'll just show you one last time. I'm in the wrong tab. Let's see. Yep, we got that. We got what to do with the job, what to do with a candidate, how to write a review response, anything like that at any point in time. Refer Buddy has a setup for it. We add more and more of these as we go. So you can see candidate review ones have to do with review their resume, review their video inter transcript, review the Zoom transcript from the actual interview that we did, or be an employer branding expert. I want you to write our career site, create employee testimonials, create a blog post about, or FAQ articles for our career site. Any of that information you can quickly prompt out without having to be a prompt engineer, because effectively I'm building you a prompt engineer buddy. So this is super cool. It can be used inside a Wedge. It can be used with Applicant Pro for writing job ads. It can be used with an ATS for reviewing a candidate. Anything as part of the recruiting and hiring process. This right here, this engineering buddy, super, super cool. It's going to be released this week. You can go download it. There's a 14-day free trial, and then you pay per user. So thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you later.